Hi, I'm Maud, and this is benevolent Marcana. I'll start off with a poem. It's called The Three Trees of Accomplishment. The tree of knowledge is found within the mind, to help us plant our tree of life outside. And when the tree of life bears the golden fruit, we will know that we've accomplished our unified pursuit. I have an article that I was going to read, and Charmella wanted to do some more stuff that she wrote. I'll read the article, and then we'll have her do her segment. It's called ETs Are Helping with Dimensional Shift, from In5D by Greg Prescott. In an interview, James Gilliland stated the Anunnaki, along with other benevolent higher dimensional beings and the Council of 12, are working in unison to bring our civilization and planet into higher states of consciousness. Gilliland was interviewed by Alfred Labermont Weber and confirmed this writer's belief that the ones who are running the shadow governments are fallen Anunnaki who created religions to keep us in subservience, control, and conformity. The return of benevolent races. According to Gilliland, the returning Anunnaki are very benevolent. They operate under universal law, and they are calling these fallen ones the ones who have kept us enslaved for millennia before the Council. They will have to stand before this Council and deal with what they have done that was out of alignment with universal law. They are also working with the Pleiadians, Andromedans, and the Arcturians and other beings in conjunction to remove the fallen ones and the Reptilian Alliance. The collapse of the fallen angels. Gilliland stated that Marduk brought in the reptilians and other malevolent groups in order to become the supreme leader of everything. At some of the height of these Illuminati rituals, they're calling on these beings, these demonic or regenerative ETs, as well as these fallen Anunnaki for power, abilities, or information. That's being removed. Pretty soon these guys are just on their own. They're just floundering right now. That's why everything is falling apart. In the upcoming year, Gilliland visions unraveling of the powers that were, adding basically a lot of them are just puppets. They're just hosts for these darker energies, and now that they've lost their connection, they've lost their power. On their own, they're just floundering. They're making all kinds of mistakes. The masses are waking up and realizing what's going on, and are seeing this Archon network for what it is. The Anunnaki are not only responsible for the enslavement of humanity, but are behind many of the atrocities and crimes against humanity. What's happening on the planet is inhuman. With depleted uranium, the wars leveling whole cities, GMOs, the fluoride in the water, aspartame, along with the sterilization of humanity. When you add this all together, there is a blanket effort to sterilize humanity and turn humanity into a sterilized zombie robot worker bees. Influx of incoming higher energies. Gilliland stated that our planet has been infused with numerous light source energies, which have expedited the awakening process magnanimously while taking down the dark energies who have been controlling us, including the darkness within all of us through the healing of old wounds, traumas, etc. Higher dimensional help. According to Gilliland, higher 7th dimensional 17-foot-tall feline-like beings are here along with the benevolent Anunnaki, as well as the 6th panther-like and 5th dimensional cat-like beings. Gilliland stated that these benevolent beings were the ones who were hovering over the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem and were responsible for changing the frequencies there, along with resetting the grid to help the planet shift. Jumping into 5D. In essence, they are taking down the old grid while bringing in a new 5D grid that will help transform most of humanity into higher dimensions of consciousness. Some people are going into 4D, some are going into 5D. It just depends on your consciousness and where you're at when these energies press in. That's why it's so important to continue working on raising your vibration. Those who will get left behind. Charmella stated that those who are living in total lower vibrations are not frequency specific to what's happening and are totally out of alignment with what's happening. Totally out of alignment with what's happening. This energy creates a quickening and acceleration of the reaction to their karma. It's accelerated by the stuff that's hidden. It will come up to the surface. They're all going to be seen for what they are and what they've done. That's not going to be pretty in the end. A lot of them, especially when they cross over, they're going to have their life review. They're going to have to stand in front of some amazing light beings and review everything they've done and feel the pain and suffering they've inflicted on others. They're in a no-win situation. They are so far out of alignment with universal law that it's coming to a no-win situation. They're so far out of alignment with universal law that it's coming to the earth, and they're not in alignment with these energies coming in. In other words, everyone who is working against humanity's best interests, such as the powers that were, and perpetual thugs who hold us back as a loving global civilization, will get behind with one another. Will get left behind with one another. How can we accelerate this process? Charmella stated that it's important to practice love and kindness. In addition, we should use prayer, meditation, and positive thoughts in allowing the higher vibrational forces to infuse the planet with these new energies. If people just set time aside and prayed, set intentions, or use meditation to focus on the world you would want to see, love, joy, and bliss, and asking these higher dimensional beings for help, then they can come in according to universal law and assist us even more. If we are asking for help and put the intention out there that we really need help in getting through these times, we're going to see some divine intervention that is just going to be incredible. If enough of us ask for help, we can put an end to tyranny. Sorry, I'm getting lockjaw. I don't know why. We can put an end to tyranny here. The bottom line is that we just have to stop participating in anything that's harmful to humanity and the earth. Any organization that's not operating out of integrity and is not honoring the divine rights of everyone, they just need to walk away. This includes all people who work for companies that harm the planet and our air, food, water, and food supplies. Just the other day, the chemtrails were absolutely ridiculous. If you're doing this, you're robbing this, stop it. It's destroying the earth, and it's a terrible thing to do. It makes the sky look disgusting. The old ways cannot exist in the new energies. It is through these inhuman acts that we are all waking up to the atrocities that we are all experiencing. The old ways of doing this are not conducive to the new energies that will continue to crumble. Continue to crumble with Cleo and Capricorn 2023, as stated many times on in5d.com. We will continue to see the collapse of money, government, and religion. This should be welcome, not feared, as these have all kept us in economic subservience and have prevented us from our true potential as individuals and as global communities. Charmella added that the destiny of the old ways cannot exist in the new energies, which means that we will see an end to all tyranny and oppression as soon as we can reach the critical mass of people needed to elicit help from our benevolent galactic neighbors, friends, and family. What we are seeing is a last-ditch effort by the powers that were in trying to maintain their oppression over humanity, and with these new energies, they are destined to fail sooner than later. Because of their lack of compassion for humanity, it's more than obvious that these were not terrestrial beings who were manipulating the planet, yet their human-based puppets are still trying to rule by the same oppression. In the end, they all will be held accountable for their actions. And will be left behind as the rest of the planet moves into a higher dimension of consciousness. Let me say something. I gotta go find a good poem for this. Cannot find it. It's a really good poem to read for the archons. Oh, here we go. It's called The Reaping. You will be consumed by your own darkness and forced to surrender your rights. Your very life essence shall be withdrawn and given back to the giver of life. You will no longer steal energy that was rightfully ours because you used it against us to destroy righteous towers. Okay, Charmella's got some stuff to read, so I'm going to hand it over to her. Hey there. This first one's called Lose Track of Time. Lose track of time and gain control of your mind. Relax and unwind, the greatness you'll find. Leave the darkness behind, you're doing just fine. Step into the light of the Most High Divine. This one's called The Inspirational Messenger. Mirror me a message to help us face our fear. Load the ammunition of the words we need to hear. I'll read them back and shoot them out through this pen on paper. Until those bloody outcomes, I'll deal with their shit later. Here's another one. This is a longer one. It's called Call to All Visionaries. How many people are out there like me? So full of ideas that you just cannot breathe. You want to share with the world, but how? You want to share it with the world, but how? You've got so much to say, and the moment is now. So let's bring money to an end. I want to share my gifts for free. Because it's not all about me. I cannot stand jealousy, and it's always the same people in their spotlight. It's just not right. I have so much to share, but they don't seem to care. Instead, they'd rather follow the prince of the air, spraying chemtrails everywhere with nothing to spare. To give, they don't dare. My heart aches with true care. It's so damn unfair. Those of us who are visionaries must come together to bring Earth a lasting utopia forever. Let's march the wickedness away for a better tomorrow. For a better tomorrow, we must start today. But we can't have true change if we just sit around and pray. So tell the archons to get out of the way, because our time is now. Let's create change today. Thank you. That's very encouraging. Thank you, Charmella. I hope to have you on again. I will hope